Welcome back, everyone. Mike McConville here again for String Tech Workstation's YouTube channel. So for those of you who are pros, semi-pros, or aspiring guitar techs, check out my Patreon channel and you'll get the goods in great detail every single job I do. We have an early 60s real deal for a full setup, and it does need a little bit of a fret dress as well. And here we have an Epiphone 339, new customer, young fellow from London. He's had some work done on this already. They dropped a new set of pickups in, but he was getting sort of extraneous buzzing. They didn't cut back the pickup leads, so they were kind of rattling around inside. Not a big deal. We're going to take care of that. So this will be set up for 10 to 46 strings at concert pitch. So here's a couple of simple kind of wiring tips. First of all, these two new pickups were put in, and this is how much wire he left. There was so much wire inside the cavity, it was kind of flopping around and it was actually shorting out against the switch. For anyone that's worked on this type of guitar, you know that the biggest part of doing any type of wiring is just getting access to it. I'm not going to go there. The guy's already spent a lot of money on this guitar, but I want to give you a couple of tips. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this wire. The manufacturers always supply these tabs for installing acoustic electric systems. Hang on to them because you're going to use them, and this is a perfect example. So we're going to fold this over like so, and we'll put a couple on here. Just get this tucked up out of the way, and this is actually a post setter for a violin that I use. I can kind of reach in there and push that over out of the way and pull it up tight. So that's taken care of. So I'm going to do the same thing here. There's just enough room for the footprint of that tab. I flipped that low E saddle 180 and then reinstalled to line up the intonation on all 6 strings. This is why I got these compensated nut blanks done oversized. So for you guys that got your Christmas packages, that's a big enough profile to fill even the larger ledge on the Epiphone guitars. They're quite a bit bigger than the Gibsons. Perfect fit all the way along the fingerboard, the underneath, this side. We have cut the ramp on that crown, and now we'll trace the nut slots. It's another reason why I like to have this right up to chest level. I get an aerial view, and I end up sort of coloring in the thicker strings. And the reason I do that is because the strings, center to center, are actually logarithmically placed. And the reason for that is because the string diameters are not exactly the same. With a 26 thou Hosco file, we scribe the center line of each nut slot. Now I flip this because this is 50 on the other side. This is my low E string, so I open that up a little bit more. And I'll use that for the A as well, and the D. Flip it again for the G string, and then I switch over to a 16 thou for the last 2 strings, the B and the high E. Here's a E major 9. So here's first position E. Here's our 5th position E. Here's our 9th position E. And 16th position E. The other thing I've mentioned in other videos is playing combinations of intervals. Now, of course, the closest interval you'll get will be a ninth or a second, or even more so, a minor ninth or minor second. So I have a tenth on the bottom, and then I'm going to add this. So if I play that second, which is a very close interval, to those notes simultaneously, it sounds like this. But if you play it within the context of a chord, it sounds much more in tune. So I'm using that harmonic mechanism and just kind of sliding it down the fingerboard. Now again, that's a good example because that's a minor second. So it's really, these notes are a semitone apart. So if you do this, it sounds out of tune, right? But if you do it within the context of an arpeggiated chord, it's beautiful. So that dissonance now becomes consonant. So there's a minor 9, first position. Minor 9, 7th position. And minor 9, 12th position. Here's a G minor 9, 10th position. And G minor 9, 3rd position. Now if I combine the interval of a 6th and a 10th, now if I go back to all the sort of garden variety chords, you've got G. Okay, set up your Les Paul, brand new set of strings, intonate the bridge, and try playing these 3 chords. Just a simple G chord, a D chord. See if that F sharp is in tune. C and E. See if that G sharp on the 3rd string, 1st fret, is in tune. Here's sort of a Latin vamp. It's just like E minor 7 to A13. Sorry. So I've looped that so I can do some single line stuff and switch the pickups around and let you hear this guitar. Neck pickup. Both pickups. Bridge pickup. chance.